Hello, everyone. Welcome to Child Growth and Development, Child Development 103. This is the summer session, and I wanted to spend a few minutes going over our Canvas page together to help you understand how to find the different assignments and different lectures and show you how to get in contact with me if you have any questions. Okay, so to get started, I am on the home page of our assignment, which can be found under Courses. And here we have the welcome page. This shows you a picture of me, gives you a little underlined click here to start the module, and that will bring you to a Start Here module, which gives you more information about the course. And then over on the right-hand side, you have a to-do list of assignments that are going to be due for you this week. So this class is 7 weeks long, and we move kind of quick because we have to cover 18 years in 7 weeks. So each week, you'll have a variety of assignments that you'll see available in the to-do. Now, there are different due dates. Some are due Wednesday, some are due Friday, some are due Sunday, and the quiz for the module is due the following Monday. However, you can work ahead within the week. So you could get all of your week's work done on Monday except for the quiz. The quiz is open for 72 hours. So it opens at 12:01 a.m. on Saturday morning and closes at 11:59 p.m. on Monday. So if you need to be flexible and work ahead, you can go ahead and do that if you know you're not going to be available on, say, a Friday when your Friday discussion post is due. All right, so over here you can either click here to go to the Get Started module, or you can go straight to modules by clicking on modules. And you'll see what you have available to you so far is the Start here, which has a few different pages for you to read. Your syllabus is here in this area. If you click on Course Syllabus, you're able to view it in this icon here, or you can click this link to download it. You're going to want to have a read through the syllabus because when you come back to the modules, you'll see that you have a syllabus quiz coming up. That's due on Wednesday, May 8th. After this module, you're going to move down to week 1, which is our Welcome and Introduction to Studying. So I'd like you to take a look through the course introduction, and then you can look at the week 1 objectives. Each week, we have objectives that explain what you're going to be working on this week. So I outline the objectives here, and then I link them to the assignments. So for instance, you're doing Student Introduction and Biggest Concerns of an Online Class. We'll be going over that one in a minute. A discussion about the mysterious case of little Albert. 2 LearnSmart activities, which again I will speak about in just a moment, and your quiz on chapters 1 and 2. So you can click right there to the next page, and that's going to bring you here to your first assignment. This is using Flipgrid. In Flipgrid, you're going to create a short video of yourself, introducing yourself to your classmates. I want you to first read this assignment or this article about taking an online class, record a video telling us a little bit about your experience with online classes, your experience with college courses, something about your life that relates to why you are taking an online course, and the biggest concern you have about taking an online course. Now, a few people in the past have told me I am not interested in videoing myself. And I think that is totally fair, but I do want you to make a video. So you could be videoing something in your home, in your backyard, your cat, whatever it is you feel comfortable uploading, you can do that, but I want you talking. So it's a video of you. I'd love you to show us your face. This is really the only chance you get to have these face-to-face conversations with other students in this class, but I also want to alleviate any anxiety you might have. So after that, you're going to respond to 2 classmates about their concerns. Maybe you'll find somebody who has a concern that you have and you can share some advice, or maybe it'll be a concern that you had thought of, but you know how to make it work and you can share advice with them on that. So you're going to watch the video of myself to get you started, create a video, and then respond to 2 peers. And this is by Wednesday. We're moving pretty quickly in this course. And if you do not get started before Wednesday, I will have to drop you. I have a waiting list of 20 students who are dying to get into this course. So please do get started as soon as you can. Okay, let's go back to modules. I just want to show you a couple other things. So some of these pages you'll see here, these link to different things. So for instance, age groups and child development, this is a little video where I go over the first part of the lecture for this class. And then we move right into understanding development as a science. And this is a PowerPoint presentation that you can go through. After that, we also come down to another lecture. So each week is going to have between 2 and 3 lectures posted in it. And that's because, again, we're moving really quickly here. My face-to-face students are receiving 8 hours of lecture from me a week. So you're going to be receiving the equivalent. Anything that's underlined in my video, in my PowerPoints. So for instance, I want to find one. Of course, I know they're there. So here we have little Albert, right? If you click on this, this will open a new video, a new window with a video in it. So everything that's underlined is meant to be a video that will really help give you a demonstration of what we're talking about. All right. And then next I want to briefly go over how your LearnSmart assignments work. So in this class, we use an ebook that is a smart book. Unfortunately, I can't click it here to show you, so I'm going to have to go to a different page. But you will click on that assignment. It brings you to Chapter 1, Studying a Child's World. I'm going to leave my student view and go into my own page because it won't let me click when I'm in a preview. So when I come to it from my own page, you'll see it will give me this option to click if it hasn't launched. Now, the ebook is $90. However, for those of you who don't have that right away to get started, you can sign up for a 2-week free trial. Now, you're not going to see this part. I just need to go through to view as a student so that I can get to where you will see. Okay, so when you click on Chapter 1, it's going to bring you into the Smart Book. Now, the Smart Book is really cool because you not only do your reading in the Smart Book, but you also answer questions about your reading as you're going along. And so, therefore, let's see, bear with me one moment. Therefore, you're able to study the material for your exams, but also kind of quiz yourself on it. So I'm going to get back to page 1, or well, we'll start with page 3. And so here, this kind of gives you some objectives of what we'll be studying throughout the course. And you can do your reading. Now, you'll notice some of the reading is highlighted and some of it isn't. You are responsible for reading all of the material in the book. So you'll still want to read it, but the highlighted sections are things that have been highlighted just for you based on what the publisher thinks is important. You can also make a highlight yourself. So for instance, if you wanted to highlight, pretty sure I know how to do this. Oh, it's because I'm in the LearnSmart, not the ebook. My apologies. Okay. So as you're reading, if you wanted to practice, you would go down here and hit practice. And here it asks a question. So the blank family generally includes 1 or 2 parents and their children, whether biological, adopted, or stepchildren. So this, I believe, is nuclear. And I feel pretty confident that I know it. So I'm going to answer, I know it. And sure enough, I'm correct. So I hit OK, and then it moves me to the next question. Now you'll notice down here, originally I had 43 items left, and now I have 42. This particular chapter has 43 questions it wants you to answer. Most of your chapters have about 50 questions. If you were just going through and answering the questions, you should be able to complete that in about 38 minutes, according to the publisher. However, I would say that along with the reading, you should expect that each chapter will take you about an hour to an hour and a half. Now, this first week, you have 2 chapters to do, but moving on, you'll have 3 chapters a week. So within this SMART book, we have a few other things we can do. We can go to something called reports. And reports gives us some fun information. It helps us look at our frequently missed questions, looks at learning objectives that we're having the hardest time getting correct based on our answers to those LearnSmart questions, and also build something called a tree of knowledge. Now, all I did was answer 1 question, so you'll see I just have this little tiny stick down there. But eventually this is going to branch into a larger tree, which is going to show all of the different information that I'm learning. You can also do a practice quiz by choosing the sections that you want to start. So this will have you answer questions again that just gives you a chance to kind of study for the quizzes that come up. You can also, I'm going to go back into student view. So you can also, rather than going to the LearnSmart chapters, if you've already completed your LearnSmart and you would like to do the reading again to get yourself prepared for the quiz, you can click here where it says ebook. And when you open up that ebook, it gives you the chapter options. And this is where you're going to be able to do your highlighting that I was telling you about. So here you have all of your reading, and you'll need to go to click through here up at these little arrows. And let's say that I really think that a single cell becoming a tiny group of cells that eventually becomes a living, breathing baby is interesting to me. So I'm going to highlight that. Boy, this highlight's just not going to work in my video to show you, is it? There we go. I hit H, which is what this suggested. So I used my cursor to select that, and I hit H. So now that has become highlighted. Let's do another one. So I have now highlighted this section as well. I want to show you when I come up here to notes. Let's see. My notebook. You'll see that now the areas I have highlighted are there. So I can click on them and go directly back to them. I could also add a note. Here. And I'm going to say, this is confusing to me, so that I can remember that that was an area that I had a little bit of trouble with. Now, I'm going to move through the book to the next area, but you'll see when I come back, that note is still there. So this is how you can manage to highlight and take notes in your ebook in the same way that you might a physical book. All right, let's go back to student view. So another thing that you have available to you is something called Net Tutor. And when you click on Net Tutor, it will bring you, well, unfortunately, because again, I'm in the student view, it doesn't bring me there, but it will bring you to a place where if you would like to receive some tutoring for this class, you can. Anyway, that's just a good way to get started with everything. You can click here on the Get Started module. I'll go over my office hours very quickly. So Mondays, I'm in my office from 1 to 2. Wednesdays, I'm in my office from 5 to 6. And on Tuesdays, I'll be on Zoom from 2 to 3. I can also make appointments on Zoom if none of those times work for you. I really encourage you to reach out and use some of your office hours to ask questions and get to know me. Zoom is a really great feature that we have available to us. And as a matter of fact, on Wednesday, May 8th, from 5 to 6 p.m. I'll be on Zoom, and so you can drop in, ask me any questions you have about getting started with the course and all of that. I'm really excited to work with you guys over the next 7 weeks, and I look forward to getting to know you more. Have a great week.